everyone, this is Eliza. Welcome back to Eliza's Bookshelf, and today I want to go over my June TBR. I'm a big mood reader, so this month, for some reason, I'm just feeling like reading everything romance. Yeah, I think a lot of the books I want to read are romance. There's just one book, Riley Sager, House Across the Lake, that is coming out this month, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to it this month actually, because yeah, I just feel like reading all the romance books. Contemporary romance, really sad dramatic romance, fantasy romance, so let's get into it. A lot of these I don't have on hand because I just ordered it and they're gonna come in maybe next week, and so actually, two of the books I have are over there and I'm too lazy to get it. And one of the books is downstairs and I'm too lazy to get that one. So I'll just put a picture here when I talk about it. So number one is A Fate of Wrath and Fury by K.A. Tucker. This one I already started, but I'm really early on in the book, maybe like 3-4 chapters in. But K.A. Tucker, she famously writes a lot of contemporary romance. I think A Simple Wild is a very popular one with her. I haven't even read that one, but when I saw that she was writing a fantasy book, I thought it was going to be super interesting because fantasy romance is one of my favorite genres. So this one, I think we have a thief who, her life kind of sucked. Her parents are kind of out of the picture, and so she becomes a thief to basically survive. And she gets mixed in with these other people who want to use her expertise to steal a magical object or something like that. And so she's getting into this other world where she pretends to be some sort of princess to steal this object, and her supposedly betrothed really hates her guts. That's all I know so far, but I think I'll get into the fantasy world later on. I'm just in the beginning. So that is A Fate of Wrath and Fury. I want to start it because the second book in the series is coming out next month. So I hope I like it. If I do, I'll buy it. It'll be one of the books that I buy next month. So I got my lazy butt off the chair and I got the book. So the second book I want to read is The Inadequate Heir by Danielle Jensen. And this is like the spin-off to the series, the Bridge Kingdom series. Here it says Bridge Kingdom series number 3. So I'm not sure. I thought it was a spin-off, but I guess it's still all intertwined. But it's following this other couple that I really liked in the first 2 books. So I'm excited to read that. And in here, it's so funny because my son knows that I love books and I love reading. I always have a book on hand. And the other day I came home and he said, "Mommy, do you know what I made you?" And he opened this drawer and he basically made me a bunch of bookmarks. So cute. I mean, it functions pretty well like it should, like a bookmark. He basically had a construction paper. He colored it with orange marker and then he ripped it up very nicely. And I have like 10 of these bookmarks, so I'm pretty excited. I told him I'm using it, and yeah, so I'm gonna use it as a bookmark for my Inadequate Heir. So that is my second book. It is also fantasy romance, but I think those two are the only fantasy romance books that I'm going to read. And so let's get into my contemporary romance. So I want to read, what is it? My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. So I haven't heard much of this book, unfortunately, because usually Tessa Bailey's books are really talked about on Bookstagram, and I'm on Bookstagram more than I'm on YouTube, but usually I see a lot of like upcoming books, and I surprisingly haven't heard much about My Killer Vacation, but I saw it on my Amazon list of my recommended books for you. And when I read it, it seemed pretty interesting. You have this elementary school teacher who goes on vacation, but unfortunately is a witness to a murder. And you have this guy, I don't know what his role is or what his job is, but he's coming there to kind of solve the murder mystery. And so he's like, what is this lady doing? She's always in the way. She's always getting into trouble. But why do I feel like I have to save her? That sort of deal. It sounded pretty cute, and I'm really excited to read that. That is coming in. I think it's released on Tuesday. So that is a new release by Tessa Bailey. I'm really excited to read it. I hope it's like a full novel, not a novella. But yeah, we'll see. The next contemporary romance I want to read is called Set on You by Amy Lee. Or Amy Leah. I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but basically it's a gym contemporary romance. These two people, they go to the gym and they're like, I think they're enemies first, where they hate each other because they keep stealing each other's equipment. So I'm not sure exactly what is going on, but Kaylee from Kaylee's Kawaii Corner said she loved it, and so I'm gonna give it a try. Yeah, it's coming in probably sometime next week. But yeah, it says a gym nemesis pushes a fitness influencer to the max in Amy Lee's steamy debut romantic comedy. So another rom-com. I'm excited for that one. The other rom-com or contemporary romance book that I'm going to read, is The 1 Month Boyfriend by Roxy Noor. So Roxy Noor, I don't know if you guys heard of her. I don't think she's very, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about her on Bookstagram, but I really like her books. She has this series called the Loveless Brothers series, and this is a spin-off, I think, from one of the characters that we see in that series. So if you haven't read that series, I do recommend. My favorite one is called The Best Fake Fiance. That's the first one I read in that series, and I loved it. It's like a friends to lovers romance, and I think it's perfectly done. It's so sweet, it's so cute. And so yeah, this is a spin-off. It's about Silas, one of the characters in here, and I guess he is a super likable, super friendly guy, but he has some sort of vendetta or anger or resentment towards this other guy, who is apparently this girl's ex. And so these two are trying to get back at the ex and trying to make him jealous, trying to do something. They do this fake dating, but obviously that doesn't go as planned because all fake dating leads to real romance. But I think it's so funny with fake dating romances because you just always have that feeling of like, oh shit, I am getting real feelings for this person, but they don't have real feelings for me, so I'm just gonna keep quiet. And the same thing goes to the other party. So, you know, it's just so funny reading about them feel these certain ways and not communicating it, and just, I don't know, I think it's hilarious. But The 1 Month Boyfriend, that one came out a few weeks ago, I think, and my copy is gonna come in again. You know, I basically ordered a bunch of things once my book budget reset this month. So that is coming in next week as well, and I'm super excited. So for contemporary romance, first we have my Killer Vacation, we have Set on You, we have The 1 Month Boyfriend, and is that it? Okay, so I think that's it. Pekka the Moon is also a contemporary romance, I believe, but I'm putting it in its own category because I don't think it's like more rom-com. I think it's super sob fest, you know, heartbreaking drama. But I talked a little bit about it recently. I'm just gonna say a little bit more about it here. It's kind of like that movie P.S. I Love You with Hilary Swank and Gerald Butler, but this guy, his wife is dying from a terminal illness, and you know, because they know this is gonna happen, the wife writes a series of letters that he opens up after she passes away once every month, just a series of things that she wants him to do in order to have this life after she passes away, you know, so that he can move on. Basically, it's a really sad story. And so yeah, I'm probably gonna mix it in there with the rom-coms because sometimes I get tired of just reading the same thing over and over, and so I'll probably just drop that in to make myself cry and then pick myself back up with a happy novel. So those are the books I want to read. I think I went, oh, the last one is Love and Gelato. This is a YA contemporary. I'm not sure if it's a big romance book, but it's a super feel-good book, I think. And I am buddy reading it with a couple of friends on Bookstagram, and I guess it was chosen because the movie is coming out soon in Netflix, if it hasn't already, but I had no clue. I was just like, all right, Love and Gelato, I'll pick it up. I heard about this years ago before I even started my first Bookstagram that got hacked. I heard about it. I never really picked it up, but since everyone's still raving about it now and they want to read it this coming month, I was like, all right, I'll read it. But yeah, the movie is coming out soon, and I'm super excited because I love book-to-screen adaptations, and I love, oh, Pekka the Moon. I didn't know I was holding it. But anyways, this is Pekka the Moon. Sorry. So yeah, Love and Gelato. Again, I haven't got my copy in yet. I bought a hardcover. It's gonna come in soon. I think that's about it. That's about it. Yeah, I have, I guess, 6 books in this month's TBR, all in the romance genre and their subgenres. We'll see. So, I mean, after I read all these romance books for the month of June, I'm gonna do a full recap of all the romance books that I read this year so far. And then I'm gonna rank it from the least, and I think I know what book that is already, from the best book. And I'm pretty sure I know what that book is already. So just to make some predictions, I think after reading the books this month and doing my long, half year recap of the romance books, I still think my least favorite is going to be Things We Never Got Over, because that book sucked. That book was trash. Okay, I'm gonna stop. And then I think my favorite book is still going to be The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, because I loved it so much. It's just so sweet. I feel like it's 3 love stories packed up in one. Yeah, so those are my predictions. I don't know if any of these books will top the others, but we'll see. So just to recap, fantasy romance books I'm going to read is The Inadequate Heir and A Fate of Wrath and Fury. Contemporary romance I'm going to read is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, Set on You by Amy Leah, The 1 Month Boyfriend by Roxy Noor, and YA is Love and Gelato, and a really sad book is called Pekka the Moon by Kristen Higgins. So, I mean, this was really hyped up on Bookstagram. Who knows? I'll have to go in with super low expectations, but I hope these are all winners. Am I forgetting anything? I feel like I am. Oh well, so there is my June TBR. It's basically going to be a bunch of romance. I'm super excited, and we'll see if I like them. Thanks again for watching my video. I hope you like and comment and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.